Next up, we will be understanding the limitations of height and width. So we have different parameters such as min width and max width, minimum height, max height. You can also set height to be 100 and width to be 100, and all of those have different will have different properties. And so min width, it's pretty obvious, it'll be 300 pixels at bare minimum. Maximum width, if you have it flexible, it'll grow up to 600 pixels maximum. If you are doing anything by percentage, it'll be the percentage of the parent element. So if you say min width is 30%, max width is 60%, it'll take up 30% of the parent element and then maybe grow to 60%. And you won't really deal with growing unless you're like, if you're in text, it'll grow based on the content, or if you're working with Flexbox. So in style.css, at the minimum period 200 pixels. So for P, we are right here. Min width 200 pixels. All right. Let's take a look at that. This shouldn't do anything because it can no longer shrink to 200 pixels. So, well, actually, you'll see it if I change the width of the screen. So this is now 200 pixels, essentially. And so if I get rid of that, where are we? Where is paragraph? There we are. If I get rid of that and run it, yeah, it's going to give me an error. And I go down here, it's going to try to go even smaller. And notice how been largely under the, and we'll see if that is larger, been largely under the, had been largely under the. So notice how it's ever so slightly larger. So maximum width of the paragraph, 800. Generally, I don't work with min width and max width almost ever because it can make things look kind of ugly. As you can see here, like everything is centered except paragraph. So you do like margin auto again, and it's just generally not. There are better ways of dealing with that. So minimum height of 200 pixels. Share P. Okay. And then maximum height to 300. Min height. So we'll take a look at what that does in a second. So this shouldn't really do anything unless your paragraph is small. So if your paragraph is like that big, it'll look like a margin, but it will force it to be 200 pixels. So now we're going to set this to be 300 pixels, and we're going to see what happens. So if I run that, our paragraphs run into each other because they take up more size than 200 pixels, and they overflow, and it looks bad. So this is generally why you don't do that with text. It just, it's not good. All right. So now that we have overflow, we can deal with overflow. So, paragraph, overflow, scroll. So, it wants us to add overflow scroll on the, on the main element. Overflow scroll. Run. So now, if anything, really? Oh, main height property. First, okay, see the impact of it. I understand now. Change the height of the main property. 1000 pixels. Clearly, I should read the directions. So now, you can see there's another scroll bar right here that I have to go through. I'm going to widen it up so you can see the second scroll bar. So notice how right here, there's a scroll in the middle of it. I already did that. So yeah. This is how overflow scroll works. And you can also use overflow hidden and various other things. And yeah. Let's see how many more we have left. We have 14. I'm going to leave this in the same video. So resetting defaults. Basically, you can just get rid of padding and margin values. So reset the padding for the body. What happens to the page? Okay, so this is generally something that I run into when you're trying to like have a canvas fill the whole screen or something. You have to reset margin of the body every single time. It's kind of annoying. Body and padding 0 pixels, margin 0 pixels. So in default, the padding and margin, I think it's margin that's different on the body element. And then another tag is visibility. So you've got hidden, which hides the element, visible, which displays the element, and then collapse, which means it is still technically within the document and you'll like see it and select it and stuff. However, it will be kind of hidden. So sorry, you won't be able to select it, but it'll be, you can expand and hide it. Okay, so it wants us to add visibility hidden. So for donate, add a class selector for donate. Okay, dot donate visibility hidden. So if I scroll down here, find the donate button. Wonder where the donate button is. Here we are. Donate is here. Yeah. So that should now be hidden. Run. Now it's hidden. Notice how it still takes up the same space. So if I change this, I'm curious, if I change this to collapsed. Yep. Nope. Doesn't do what I thought it would do. Maybe it's collapse. Yeah. There we go. Now if I run, does the same thing. But if I want to completely get rid of it from the view, I will do display none. And so now it's gone from the view. So, all right, we have all of those things and also visibility, which it forgot to put on there. That's okay. So yeah, basic CSS things.